Hey guys, welcome back.
Hi! How are you today?
That's a great start. Um, like I said, welcome back, guys. This week we are going to be doing my suggestion to Andy, which was Yuri on Ice.
Yep, it was a show. It was a thing. It was lights, sound, pictures,
By the
kind
way,
of flashy.
uh, I'm gonna do this in the beginning this time, just because I know a lot of people don't stick around to the end. Um, if you guys wanted to leave us suggestions, go ahead and do it. Like I'm trust me, I'm not the kind of person who likes it when people just like do their stuff early in the video, but I'm not asking you to like the video. I'm not asking you to dislike, whatever, comment on it. Just if you guys have suggestions for us, just leave them and just go ahead and leave them.
Yes, he's running out. Hurry, hurry.
I'm not I'm not running out. Shut up.
No, no, you're
Anyway,
totally just not suggesting stuff that you still have to watch.
anyways, back to the main topic at hand. Sorry about the little side thing.
Yeah.
Um, Yuri on Ice, yay or nay?
Oh, that's
Because
that's a hard
I
question.
I believe it or not, considering my opinions on Love Stage, Yuri on Ice is decently yaoi. Um,
Not anywhere near.
like I said, it's not anywhere near Love Stage, but like I said, it was decent. It was decently. It had quite a bit. It had very suggestive yaoi
Yes, that it did.
parts in it. But it wasn't like as
It was. It
awkward.
wasn't. It wasn't elephant.
It wasn't awkwardness.
The elephants.
But anyways, I do recommend it.
I can't. I,
Really?
I can't. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, like, I can understand if you like slow paced, like, it's a slow pace. I mean, there's kind of a lovey kind of thing going on. There's, like, I'm, like, it's just, I don't think there was enough for me in there, right? Like, I'm
Really?
not super into skating. The relationships really weren't
See,
great.
I'm not huge into skating myself, but it's like I I don't know. I guess this is where like our differences come in because like th- one thing that really did it for me was one particular character, just his personality,
All
and
right.
that was Victor.
I I liked Victor, but I just don't think Victor saved it.
Like he had he had a very good part in it. Like
I'm not disputing that, but like I just don't think that Victor's part in the show saved the show from its kind of just lackluster.
see I like I really liked it because like it wasn't just Victor. It's like all the characters had personality. None of them were really like I guess hateable.
I could agree with that to a point.
And like the story I didn't feel was very slow. I thought it was actually really well paced because it goes through like the entirety of the skating season.
Well, yeah, but the whole reason why it felt slow to me was just um, going through the shows themselves.
Oh, like the I like watching every single like person's performance.
Yeah, especially if like the performance hadn't really changed or
True, but like one of the things that they did during the performances it wasn't just like oh you were watching it like you were seeing like their thoughts and like what was going through their mind and like it was adding more development to their character and like what was going on in like it affected their story.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, like it was necessary, but like it's not necessary to do it every episode. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they didn't do it like every episode. It got very heavy in the second half of the season
Yeah, and that's where I was
because
like
it's
seeing a little bit
because
more
of
behind would be good, like, more of him like trying to perfect it and then like, like inspiration that way. You could have had him progressing some other way other than just do the same show and then just show something different, like
yeah. Well, I mean they did like every single one of his performance that Yuri did was he he changed it a little bit
yeah.
and like to the point where it got to like as good as his coach Victor. By the way, we never really did a summary of the story.
No. Summary of the story. We are following somebody who sucked and was good when people weren't watching, and then someone posted a video, and then Victor's like, yo, he's doing the shit that I was doing. I want to go be his coach. Even though I'm
This
still
is a very
scared.
shitty summary.
Well, this is the start.
Okay, the main character. Okay,
Do you really want a bad summary? I can give you a really bad summary.
okay. Let me fill in some of the blanks for a second. The main, the main protagonist of this story, his name's Yuri, and he's a figure skater. And what happened is like the show starts with him tanking like the national championships. And what got him into skating was one pro. His name is Victor. He was a 5-time gold medal winner at the nationals, the world championships. And like just watching Victor got him into skating, but like he basically just fucking bombed his chance, and that put him into a depression. And like he ends up going home, and one of his childhood friends, he wanted her to watch him skate, and he did a performance that Victor did, and like he actually did it really well.
Yeah, he freaking
and
nailed it. And then
and his friend's kids recorded it and uploaded it to the internet. It went viral. Victor saw it, and next thing you know, he's there being like, hey, I'm taking the season off because I want to be your coach.
that wasn't very far from what I said.
You didn't even say the name of the main character.
That's because there's two of them.
Gotcha.
There's
No, they start calling the other Yuri Yurio.
Yeah, there's Yuri, there's Yurio, who's kind of like the main competition, and then there's Victor, who's the second main guy as compared to the first Yuri.
And is the, I guess, quote unquote love interest in a sense.
Well, that's what's like. There were a couple decent laughs. I think like I laughed once or twice.
See, I like pretty much almost any time Victor opened his mouth, I was laughing just because of how easygoing and like just like doesn't give a fuck attitude. Like he'll say and do whatever he feels like doing.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that can be funny. I just didn't find him funny all that much. Like the few times that it was funny is when Yuri decided to do something, and then Victor gets questioned about it later, and then Victor's like, "Oh yeah, no, totally, we're dating."
He just goes with it.
Yeah,
like,
no, totally, we're engaged.
Oh yeah, when like his friend mistook basically like their like Yuri just having like quote unquote like getting him and Victor rings.
Yeah,
as like
yeah.
as good luck charms.
Like that was the one time that I like seriously laughed because and it was just like boop and done. Like it just kind of rolled over at that point. Where it was like it could have been played off a little more, and I'm kind of sad it wasn't.
It had some like motivation to some characters during the competition.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was just I don't know. I think it was the whole skating thing itself.
Yeah,
Does that
like
make
I didn't.
sense?
The one thing that I really enjoyed about this series was the music was good.
The music was decent.
Like
I wouldn't complain about the music.
I actually really liked the intro song.
I got tired of the intro song in all
Well,
honesty.
well, I mean, like it's not one that I would watch. I watched every single time, but like
Yeah.
it was very nice. It was very like it was just very it was soft.
That's
And
kind of
like
what the
I
whole series was.
yeah, it was very it wasn't like there's nothing that like kind of got you as the viewer like your like adrenaline pumping or something like that.
But I mean,
It was a very soft show.
yeah, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm just. I
But yes,
I'd say like if I knew the person was into like slower shows, I'd definitely recommend it to them. But like just off my recommended list, like probably not.
yeah, I guess that's a good way of putting it. Like I do recommend it, not as highly as others, but it wasn't bad. Like it was better than I like. I guess I guess one of the reasons why I'm okay with it is because I went into it with a very, very low expectation. I'm just like I'm like, okay, show, prove me wrong. Like I went into it like I went into it hearing good things about it, but I'm like, this can't be good. Like
Well,
this can't be good for to me.
yeah, I think I don't know. I'm kind of torn about it in all honesty because again, it's not an easy. The do you recommend it is not an easy question because it's kind of broken up into like there's the relationship part and then there's the skating part, and if you don't vibe with the skating part you might vibe with the slow relationship part, or like like it's just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Otherwise, I think one of the things that I always find amusing, especially about like shows like this, is they suffer they suffer from the same thing. They introduce people from a lot of different countries, and I didn't know every single country in the world speaks fluent Japanese.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
Because you have like quite a few people in the show from Russia. You got people from like the Czech Republic,
Everybody's talking.
somebody from Thailand,
Yeah, and there's no language barrier at
Kor
all
Korea,
between anybody.
Italy,
Yeah. So
America.
America.
Well, they said Detroit.
Yes, because America's too specific. We have to be in Detroit.
Yeah. So, I mean, it
Still
was just
burning.
like,
Yep.
because like Victor himself is Russian, but he speaks like unbelievably fluent Japanese, and he just speaks very, very rarely Russian words.
I think Yuri did comment on that in the beginning of the series, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember him saying that.
I thought
Like
he did.
he was just confused on like,
There were a lot of confusing things at the beginning.
yeah.
In all honesty, like
I thought it was funny that they kept like commenting on the fact that he during his depression he put on weight.
that was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like that was kind of giggle inducing.
And then
The
they just
the
and
pig
then
and the
like
kitty and the
I didn't understand the kitty part.
I didn't either. And then
But
all of a sudden, like everyone else jumped on that bandwagon, and I'm all like, oh well, I guess that's the thing.
I'm guessing it was just like, oh, kitty got claws.
Maybe I'm not sure.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I I don't really have too much left to say about this.
See, I think that's where my biggest problem with the show is that there's just not a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, it's skating and
It's skating and it's repetitive
yeah,
to a point.
to
Like
Yeah, to a certain degree.
And that makes it so that, like, from one episode to the next, you can't really talk about, like, the huge differences in one episode over another because they kind of meld.
Yeah.
So I think that's I mean, like, this has got to be one of the shortest episodes we have.
It's probably debatable.
It's like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I give it a meh. Give it a meh.
I'm just glad I can knock it off my list. And like when people talk about it, I know what they're talking about.
See, I don't even know anybody that would even reference that show, in all honesty.
Well, not like reference it, but if they bring it up.
Well, yeah, but like I just don't know people that would even bring it up. Like,
I actually heard the first time I heard the show being good was somebody who I watched stream. Um he he was commenting on like the intro song and he's like, yeah, the show's actually not that bad.
eh. I think we're gonna have to draw a definite line in between not that bad and good.
That is very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like this should be like the start of the line of meh from like total yes.
So this will always be the middle ground.
Like, this is the meh. Like, you have to have something to compare things to, and so, like you were telling me, like, pretty much everything I've given you has either been really good or really bad.
There's been a couple have been really meh for me.
There have been a couple, but like this, like, I think this is a pretty good middle ground for, like, it's not my thing, but I can appreciate it for what it is, I guess.
I guess it's a good way.
Like I can see where, like, I wouldn't be upset if I was babysitting somebody's kids and they were watching it. Right?
Huh.
Like, if the kid, like, it wouldn't bother me.
That's a good way of putting it, I guess.
Right? Like,
if somebody else was watching it, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, if someone else was watching it, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I gotta deal with this crap again. But at the same point, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I get to sit down and watch this again. Like, you're just indifferent on a secondary viewing. On an accidental accidental secondary viewing. There you go.
Meanwhile, there are some series where it's just like, I gotta watch this again.
Oh yeah, no, there's the series that you hunt down, there's the series that you're like, oh cool, let me watch this with you, and then there's just meh.
And then behind that is series that you can't even finish because you didn't like it.
Well, no, then there's the this again, and then it's the ones that you can't even finish. Because you can be because you can finish a show and be annoyed and not like it. But you can finish it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's about all I got. You have anything else?
Not really, I guess.
All right. So, Gay Boys on Ice. Canada
Not all. It wasn't just. It wasn't. They weren't all gay.
No, but that was like the joke of the series, right? Like, we can at least agree on that. Like,
I guess.
we'll just blanket paint them as gay, and then we'll just go from there.
Blanket paint them. Sure.
All right. So, I kind of have two, and they're completely opposites. So I think we're gonna have to do Nazo no Kanjo X. In other words, Mystery Girlfriend X.
Hmm.
All right. For this show, I will give you a warning.
Oh God.
It doesn't make, like, if you try and make sense out of it, it won't. Right? Right? But the moment you buy into it, you start really getting invested quick. Right? Because it has a very strange premise, but as soon as you invest into it, like, or as soon as you start buying into it, which happened to me around halfway through, like the first half I was just like miserable with it, and then like the second half, like something clicked and I was stuck, like I had to finish it.
Ugh, that sounds like it's gonna be rough.
It's um it's different. It's vastly different than I think anything else we've seen. So,
Alrighty.
sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
And do a little dance.
Make a little love.
You're
Get
dead
down
tonight.
tonight. Do